Well, I guess it'd be about time to get this warmed up and going. Do 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 do. Oh, now, how be this get to working again?
Press the button.
Which
no,
button?
No, not that one.
Not this
the
one.
left.
That one.
No, your other left.
This other one.
Oh,
Which one are you talking about?
I meant the right. No,
What-
but
what
not
are you-
that big red one.
The-
The
this
other
way.
red button.
Not-
Just not the big, happy, shiny one.
You mean the one I just pushed?
Yeah, for crying out
Oh,
loud. You
righty.
don't know what you're doing.
I know perfectly well what I'm doing.
Not that button. Oh, for crying out loud. You just sit here on your patootie. You play
Well,
with your buttons. I go make coffee.
You do that, but don't slam the door. Well, it seems like it's been a mighty long week. Can't be telling you exactly what be happening, but it be a mighty long week. And with that, we should be getting right to the music. But we will in just a moment. Hang on to your horses, for there shall be a time when you shall be needing them. But in the meantime, don't be forgetting, we got 323 Heave-Ho as our request line. And also be going to check us out on the Book of Face. Not the Facebook, but the Book of Face with the Captain's Quarters 106.5. Hi, these are the places you need to be going. These are the things you need to be doing. And that's, well, let's put it be that way. If you want to be seeing some of our older shows, it's available there through links through the Book of Faces group and page for the Captain's Quarters. Oh, let's see. Oh, yes, the final 40. That'll be the last 40 minutes of the show where ye be setting the course for the show, based all on your requests. And let us not forget the witching hour. Aye, the witching hour will be upon us sooner than we be thinking. But it shall be what it be, and we must be touched in the head, or we may not survive what be a-comin'. Now, let us get right back to the music. Let's see, what shall it be? Ah, yes, we shall go with some Weird Al Yankovic. UHF, right here on the Captain's Quarters. Welcome back, me mateys. Welcome back.
Put down your remote control, throw out your TV guide. Put away your jacket, there's no need to go outside. Don't you know that we control the horizontal? We control the vertical too. We gonna make a couch potato out of you. That's what we're gonna do now. Don't change the channel. Don't touch that dial. We got it all on UHF. Kick off your sneakers. Stick around for a while. On UHF. Don't worry about your laundry. Forget about your job. Just crank up the volume and yank up the knob. We got it all. We got it all
course. Here it is.
Here what is?
The Transylvania Twist.
All right, let's hear it. What do you think of this prank? Transylvania Twist. Good.
You see, even Frankie likes it.
What will the living dig it?
Of course, stupid.
It's a rocker.
There be Bobby Boris Pickett and the Crypt Kickers with the Transylvania Twist. Aye, you might be very, very familiar with the Monster Mash. And since it's Halloweeny time, we figured we would also throw in the Transylvania Twist. Most of you never heard of it, but now you have. Right there, the Transylvania Twist. Let's go right into William Shatner's Garbage Man.
Junk. If I ever said I'd be bad, 'cause I'm the garbage man. Well, you can't take me, you can't take nothing. You want the real thing, or are you just talking? Do you understand? I'm the garbage man. Yeah, it's up from the garage and down the driveway. Now get out of your mind and get out of my way. Do you understand? Do you understand? Louie, 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 Louie. The bird's the word, and do you know why? You gotta beat it with a stick, you gotta beat it till it's thick, you gotta live until you're dead, you gotta rot till you see red. Now do you understand? Do you understand? I'm the garbage man. Oh, jump on it, ride it, baby! Yeah, it's just what you need when you're down in the dumps. One half hillbilly and one half punk. Big long legs and one big mouth. The hottest thing from the north come out of the south. Do you understand? Do you understand? Woo! I can't lose with the stuff I use, and you don't choose no substitutes. So stick out your can, 'cause I'm the garbage man. Here I come! Look out, baby! The bird's the word, and do you know why? You gotta beat it with the stick, you gotta beat gotta kill this thing. You gotta live until you're dead. You gotta rot till you see red. Now do you understand? Do you understand? Huh? Do you understand? All right now, let her rip!
Underneath the weeping willow tree. Oh yeah. Well, I thought that she loved me, but she put her voodoo spell on me. Oh yeah. Every night when the moon shines bright, guess I'm just her slave. Oh yeah. I'm just a zombie of love. Guess I'll follow her to her grave. Oh yeah. In the midnight hour when I'm supposed to be sleeping, Dracula called me and I got to go creeping around. Oh yeah, creeping around. She hypnotized you when she talked. You know about the way she walked. And if you see her anywhere, then you better beware. Your door and throw away the key. Oh yeah. And whatever you do, don't go near that weeping willow tree. Uh-huh. She got shiny green eyes and jet black silky hair. Yeah, yeah. And when she smiles with those long white teeth, man, you better beware. Oh yeah. In the midnight hour when you're supposed to be sleeping, Dracula call you and you got to go creeping around. Oh, oh yeah, just creeping around. Oh, I said creeping in the midnight.
Ha ha ha! That there be Aaron McNeil's Draculania. Holiday, shall we say, or Halloweeny kind of feeling. Remember, we'll be sprinkling it in, a little here, a little there, and don't forget, there'll also be, just before the commercials, a vintage commercial. And these are vintage, actual commercials for, you guessed it, horror movies that ran, oh, so long ago, on the radio itself. Well, the movie wasn't on the radio, but the commercial was. Ha ha ha! After I get done laughing at me own joke, let's go right into Stephen Wright's Water and Ice.
I got up this morning, I couldn't find my socks, so I called information. I said, hello, information? She said, yes. I said, I can't find my socks. She said, they're behind the couch. And they were. I'm tired of calling up the movies and listening to that recording of what's playing, so I bought the album. Last time I went to the movies, I was thrown out for bringing my own food in. My argument was the concession stand prices are outrageous. Besides, I haven't had a barbecue in a long time. Went to the cinema, it said adults $5, children $2.50. I said, all right, give me 2 boys and a girl. One time I went to the drive-in in a cab. The movie cost me $95. I went into a place to eat. It said breakfast anytime, so I ordered French toast during the Renaissance. One time, right in the middle of a job interview, I took out a book and I started reading. The guy said, "What the hell are you doing?" So let me ask you one question. If you were in a vehicle and you were traveling at the speed of light, and then you turned your lights on, would they do anything? He said, "I don't know." I said, "Forget it then, I don't want to work for you." Every night I go home and I stare at my rug and I try to move it using telekinesis. I'm doing that every night for 8 years. The rug hasn't moved an inch. The rest of the house is gone. A while ago I was in Las Vegas. I was at the roulette table having a furious argument over what I considered an odd number. It's pretty funny. I bought some powdered water, but I don't know what to add. I spilled spot remover on my dog, now he's gone. One night I stayed up all night playing poker with tarot cards. I got a full house and 4 people died. I have a telescope on the peephole on my door so I can see who's at the door for 200 miles. Who is it? Who is it gonna be when you get here? I got an answering machine for my phone now when I'm not home and someone calls me up, they hear a recording of a busy signal. I lost a buttonhole. I broke a mirror in my house. I'm supposed to get 7 years bad luck, but my lawyer thinks he can get me 5. I like to skate on the other side of the ice. I like to reminisce with people I don't know. Granted, it takes longer. I like to fill my tub up with water, then turn the shower on and act like I'm in a submarine that's been hit. And I hate when my foot falls asleep during the day, because that means it's gonna be up all night. When I get real bored, I like to drive downtown and get a great parking spot, then sit in my car and count how many people ask me if I'm leaving.
We'll be taking a commercial break right about now. Got to pee. Well, we won't be saying what we got to be paying off. Magistrates cost money, you know.
It's just a farmhouse and looks pretty innocent from the road. But once you're inside, you'll see what really happens on a terror farm. Invasion of the Blood Farmers.
Still alive. She's still.
Coming in the dead of night, coming to plant the living and harvest the dead. Are you strong enough? More raw terror, more stomach-turning shock than you can take. Therefore, we warn you. Don't eat before you see Invasion of the Blood Farmers, and you'll have nothing to lose. They plant the living and harvest the dead. Invasion of the Blood Farmers, released by NMD Films, in color, rated PG, parental guidance suggested.
Hi, my name is Alfred Sneasley, and when I go to Heroes Comic Shop on 14th Street in Elmira Heights, New York, I'm always greeted with a big smile from Jared.
Hey, Alfred. Hey, how are you today?
And his selection of comics and graphic novels, it's just amazing. I mean, it's what I always dreamed I could be. And he always treats me like the hero I am inside.
I don't just read about the heroes, I become the hero! At Heroes Comic Shop, I become the hero Mom always wanted me to be!
So Heroes Comic Shop is located at 130 West 14th Street in Elmira Heights, New York. We're open Wednesday through Saturday. You can check us out at momthroughout.com.
Now up and away!
Well, we not be wasting much of it jibber-jabbering along with Steve Goody's tween. Well, we'll be back, and instead of playing with our life preservers, we're gonna go right to Bride of the Wolfman by Ookla the Mock, right here on the captain's quarters. Ha 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 ha.
Just a state of mind. When you're the wolfman, it gets kinda lonely. And though I know that I'm the only one, I stalk a full moon searching for a bride. For my bride. Ever since that werewolf bit my arm, I've been loping through the moors inflicting harm. But I'm telling you, I'm not that bad. And before I get killed by my dad, I want someone I am cow, hear me moo. I weigh twice as much as you, and I look good on the barbecue. Yogurt, curd, cream, cheese, and butters made from liquid from my udders. I am cow, hear me moo. I am cow, eating grass. Methane gas comes out my sack and out my muzzle when I belch. Oh, the ozone layer is thinner from the outcome of my dinner. I am cow, I've got gas. I am cow, here I stand, far and wide upon this land, and I am living everywhere. From BC to Newfoundland, you can squeeze my teats by hand. I am cow, I am cow, I am cow. I am cow, I am cow, I am cow.
There be one I thought you might like. Throw it in there, arrogant worms. I am cow. Now we're going with Alan Sherman's Grow Mrs. Goldfarb, right here on a captain's quarters.
Grow Mrs. Goldfarb fatter, fatter. Pile the potatoes on your platter. Listen to me, 'cause I'm your hubby. I just adore you, plump and chubby. I got a letter from the state, dear. You're gonna need a license plate, dear. My little elephant joke come true. Chew, Mrs. Goldfarb, chew. There is so much more of you, more to adore of you, 'cause you're not slender. In your white dress, you're a doll, big as the Taj Mahal, in all its splendor. When you're in department stores, don't use revolving doors, you might get stuck, dear. When you use the telephone, go in the booth alone, and lots of luck, dear. You had for breakfast 2 pounds bacon, 3 dozen eggs, 1 coffee cake, and then you had something really awful, 4 kippered herrings on a waffle, 9 English muffins, 1 baked apple, Boston cream pie, Philadelphia scrapple, 17 bowls of crispy crunch. Then you said, "What's for lunch?" Sweetheart, you are giant size. You are Lane Bryant size, my darling Myrtle. Last Thanksgiving I was thrilled. You ate so much you killed your living girdle. Have another dozen shrimp, my lovely little blimp. Don't count a calorie. I have just received a stub. I owe the Diners Club a whole year's salary. Eat, Mrs. Goldfarb, daily, nightly. Eat though your chair is bending slightly. Love of my life, I'm glad I found you. Each day I take a walk around you. I can't forget when we got married. Over the threshold I got carried. No other bride would be so sweet. Eat, Mrs. Goldfarb, eat.
One afternoon at Whitby, in a pet shop on the quay, I bought myself a parrot which had just arrived by sea. "It came in on a schooner," said the shopkeeper with mirth. "The only other cargo, 7 cases full of earth." Polly didn't like the daylight. And more worrying than that, sometimes in the evening, Polly turned into a bat. There were bite marks on the gerbil. I decided it must stop, so I went straight back to Whitby, and there inside the shop I deposited my parrot, and I very firmly said, "This parrot is undead." "Nonsense," said the man to me. "Norwegian blues can bite." "It's not a Norwegian blue," I said. "It's a Transylvanian white." "No, it's just his natural pallor. It's a pale Norwegian blue." I said, "Look here, pal, this parrot bites, and it's all thanks to you. He has finches by the thousand. He's had sparrows by the score. When I get up in the morning, there's the empties by the door." I raised up the vampire parrot, smote the fool around the head. "This parrot is undead." He's got a ladder and a bell among the toys in his collection. He's got a little mirror, but he's not got a reflection. You can't put him on your shoulder. He'd be no use to a sailor. It's Count Vlad the Bleatin' Parrot, Polly the Impaler. Apart from country graveyards, he hates everything that's holy. He can't cope with any crosses. He should be a Scottish goalie. The hamster wears a crucifix each time it goes to bed. This parrot is undead. Does he say Pretty Polly? No, he doesn't, Chief. It's, "Who's a pretty Dr. Jekyll, then?" Or, "Who wants a pair of teeth?" He doesn't squawk out, "Pieces of 8." He's never known a smuggler. What's more, he doesn't like my car. He wants a 2-litre jugular. I wear a clove of garlic now, or else he'd bite my neck, and I've dropped the Pretty Polly stuff. I call him Gregory Peck. That's in the medical dictionary. You'll find it really quick once you've remembered Gregory Peck comes after Moby Dick. Though that's, in medical terms, a fallacy, because those he's bit have found that the sequence of events is the other way around. So, I left him on the counter. By the way, he's not been fed. This parrot is undead. I wouldn't go too near him. That's where angels fear to tread. This parrot is undead.
There be The Undead Parrot by Desmond Carrington. I don't always have a parrot around. I've got an owl named Hoot, but I don't always be having me parrot around. He seemed to have flown the coop, shall we say. Don't be forgetting, 323-323, heave-ho. That there be the number to let us know what it is you be wanting to hear. Remember, it's called a request line. Pick up your phones, dial it up, and make, that's it right, the request. And get the songs that you want to be hearing right here on the air. Oh, what else be coming up? Oh, we've also got the witching hour, not far away, and it will drive you a little bit mad.
Black Christmas.
There was a little girl murdered over in the park tonight. Yes, I heard.
A high school girl's been murdered. Mr. Harrison's daughter is missing. And now at the house where she lives, the other girls are getting obscene phone calls.
Hello? What do you want? Why are you doing this?
Remember those idyllic scenes out of your childhood? Crisp winter nights, sleigh bells, crackling Yule logs? Remember those? Remember them well. After Black Christmas, they'll never be the same again. Black Christmas, starring Olivia Hussey, Kid Goulet, Margot Kidder, and starring John Saxon as Lieutenant Fuller. If this movie doesn't make your skin crawl, it's on too tight.
Look, Sidekick, a shop just for heroes.
No, it's a comic book shop and it's for everyone.
Not possible. See, it's even right in the name, Heroes. So that means you'll need to stay out here whilst I go shopping.
It's Heroes, your mom threw out comic shop, and it's for everyone, including sidekicks.
Hey guys, the little guy is right. It's all about the love of comics. and not whether you can fly or not. But, by the way, I do love the cape.
Gee, thanks.
So Heroes Comic Shop is located at 130 West 14th Street in Elmira Heights, New York. We're open Wednesday through Saturday. You can check us out at momthroughtout.com.
Oh, look! They have Archie comics!
Heroes Comics, for every kind of hero.
You're listening to 1410 WELM Elmira and 106.5 FM The Pirate.
Welcome back to me second hour, me show, me boy. And boy, oh boy, have we got some splendiferous bits and baubles right in store for ye. For example, the Final 40. It'd be extremicated right from the request sent to us via the mail of
That's email, you dolt.
That's what me be saying.
They can also call us at 323 Heave-Ho.
I'd like to heave-ho you.
But was that my little pumpernickel?
Nothing, my dear. You old sea hag.
Well, here, let me help you get this show going again.
Avast, you old bat. Heave-ho!
Heave-ho! Heave-ho! Johnny! Johnny!
We're all doomed. Oh, that's better.
See? I made it so better. I'm going to see about that dinner and work on my suntan.
Me's not even hungry, and it's be night time out, you crazy old bat. And don't slam the door. Well, here we be in the second hour, getting ready for the Final 40 and preparing our minds for the witching hour. Be remembering to be calling in your requests with dialing of a 323 Heave-Ho right on your old phonies. But before we get there, we must listen to much more music, and we have some great stuff in front of ye. For example, Thurl Ravencroft's Grinning Ghosts, right here on the Captain's Quarters.
Creak and the tombstones quake.
Spooks come out for a swing and wake.
Happy haunts materialize
and begin to vocalize. Grinning ghosts come out to socialize.
Now don't close your eyes and don't try to hide.
Or a silly spook may sit by your side.
Shrouded in a daft disguise.
They pretend to terrorize. Grinning ghosts come out to socialize.
As the moon climbs high o'er the dead oak tree,
spooks arrive for the midnight spree.
Creepy creeps with eerie eyes
start to shriek and harmonize. Grinning ghosts come out to socialize.
When you hear the knell of a requiem bell,
weird clothing where spirits dwell.
Restless bones etherealize.
Rise as spooks of every size.
When the crypt doors creak and the tombstones quake, spooks come out for a swinging wake. Happy thoughts materialize and begin to vocalize. Grinning ghosts come out to socialize.
Now don't close your eyes and don't try to hide, for a silly spook may sit by your side, shrouded in a daft disguise.
They pretend to terrorize. Grinning ghosts come out to socialize.
As the moon climbs high over dead oak tree, spooks arrive for the midnight spree. Creepy creeps with eerie eyes start to shriek and harmonize. Grinning ghosts come out to socialize.
When you hear the knell of a requiem bell, weird glows gleam where the spirits dwell. Restless bones etherealize, rise as spooks of every size. Oh yes, they do.
When the cryptos creak and the tombstones quake,
Spooks come out for a swing and wake.
happy haunts materialize.
And begin to vocalize. Grim, gritty ghosts come out to socialize.
Now don't close your eyes and don't try to hide.
For a silly spook may sit by your side.
Shrouded in a darkish hide.
They pretend to terrorize. Grim, gritty ghosts come out to socialize.
As the moon climbs high over the oak trees,
Spooks arrive on midnight street.
creepy creeps with eerie eyes.
Start to shriek and harmonize. Grim, gritty ghosts come out to socialize.
When you hear the knell of a requiem bell,
Here goes anywhere, stare and smell.
restless bones, ethereal eyes.
Rise as spooks of every size.
I'll tell you my favorite story, the funniest thing that's ever happened in my life. This is probably the single fiercest funny moment I've ever known. My freshman year in college, I attended Wayland Baptist College, one of our fine Baptist schools in Plainview, Texas, the most appropriately named town in the world. Plainview, Texas. Any way you look, out of it or into it, it's a plain view. West Texas, as many of you know, is the world's headquarters of nothing. Flat, desolate. In fact, you can stand in the middle of it and see the rest of it. It's an incredible place. People out there love their nothing, though. They build fences around their nothing. They're going to keep your something off their nothing. They will do this. My freshman year in college, I went with my best friend from home, Elmore Averett. Elmore and I were in a quartet with two other fellows, Jim Hart and Ed Clark. Ed Clark was from Dallas. When you went from Plainview across to Dallas, you drove about 350 miles across the northern part of West Texas. From there, it was another 130 miles to my home, Jacksonville, which is over in the southeastern part of that area. And it's in what we call the deep East Texas area, the Piney Woods, 90 miles due west of Shreveport. We were going to ride, Elmore and I were going to ride with Ed Clark in his 1950 Plymouth convertible, burgundy with a white top, across West Texas to Dallas. My mother and Dad were going to drive up and meet Elmore and me in Dallas and take us back to Jacksonville. A week later, Ed was going to come through Jacksonville and pick Elmore and me up, and we're going to go spend the weekend together down in Galveston, Texas, and get a little sun and rest up and then go to work for the summer. So we piled the car full in Ed's convertible, and we're going to head across West Texas, go home for the summer. As we got to getting ready for the trip, it began to dawn on us that as we got on the road tomorrow, we could fix the back seat of Ed's convertible in such a way, with boxes and books and duffel bags and pillows and suitcases and all that kind of stuff. And when we put the top back mid-morning, we could actually get up on the back of his convertible and sunbathe and get ourselves ready for the trip to Galveston. Typical freshman logic. So we did that. Packed the back seat full, put a couple of army blankets over it, and made us a smooth place, up level with the top of the seats, the bottom of the windows. Well, we get ready and tear off across West Texas. We got out past Matador and all those places, and we're heading toward North Vernon and blazing on down toward Wichita Falls and heading into Dallas. About 10:30, the temperature was already 90 to 92 degrees, hot, muggy, no air conditioning in Ed's convertible, of course. And so about 10:30, I said, Ed, why don't we put the top back and let's get some sun? Ed says, great. So we pulled off the side road and put the top back. Well, I decided I'd go first. So I got up on the back of the convertible, took off my shirt, and started to sunbathe. I don't know how many of you have ever sunbathed at about 65 miles an hour. You begin to have sympathy with anything that was ever cooked on a rotisserie. You don't need copper tone, you use barbecue sauce. And I'm telling you, it was so hot, so fiercely wind whipped. It was just something, lots of problems. One was that all the heat was just bearing down. Second, in a convertible, your hair always feels like it needs an oil change, whiplashing and zinging you in the face. Third, other cars would pass us going the opposite direction, doing approximately the same speed. They're doing, say, a 65, we're doing 65. They kick up a little piece of gravel, a chip of glass, chunk of debris. Now, I can tell you one thing, that kind of stuff loves nothing more than the exposed portion of somebody's body. It will hunt it and find it, just like a homing pigeon. Bing, you got it. And you're going 65, he's going 65, and you have just been smitten with a 130-mile-an-hour piece of debris. And it'll put a hickey on you. I mean, you just get a bruise. And that's hard to explain to you folks. What happened to you? Well, this 130-mile-an-hour debris hit me. Sure it did, John. So that was the problem. The fourth problem, and I guess one of the worst parts of it for me, I had on a pair of Levi's that had not been washed since September, and this is late May. In fact, you leaned them up against something when you took them off. And I've got my knees doubled up because you don't want to hang your heels in the wheel as you're cruising down the highway. So I'm doubled up on the car trying to get some sun, and the back of my knees are in an absolute rash. Sweat is running in my sweat socks and in my wallet. It's just down my calf and thighs. I'm dying, sweating, miserably, miserably hot. 45 minutes was all I could enjoy of that. I decided it was time for me to get down, and Elmore decided it was time for him to get up. My best friend, Elmore Averett. Elmore was 6 feet and a half inches tall, weighed 132 pounds. Played football in my high school for the B team. Defensive left end, should have been a yard marker. He'd walk through the locker room just wearing nothing but sweat socks, and he looked like a Q-tip bent in the middle. That was Elmore. With a helmet, he looked like a chapstick. Number was 11. When he ran, he had a 1 under each arm. This is Elmore. Sandy auburn, red hair, freckles, hollow cheeks, 132 pounds. 4 pounds of that was Adam's apple. Elmore actually had to wear V-neck dress shirts. It was just terrible. Now, Elmore had dressed up so we could see his girlfriend who was at North Texas State. And as we were going across, we were going to deviate on the trip a little and run by so he could have lunch with her. So he had worn a good-looking pair of creased, pleated front, wide belt loop, skinny bottom breeches. Good-looking dress pants, had on a nice sports shirt, 4 times rolled up on the sleeves. That used to look good. No cat faces in the collar. And Elmore took his shirt off, folded it neatly, and laid it in the seat, stretched out on the convertible to sunbathe, and started having all the problems I had had. Intense heat, ricocheting debris, hair whiplashing, rash in the back of the knees, sweat in the sweat socks. Well, Elmore took about 10 minutes of that and realized that his good pants are going to be messed up by the time we get up to have lunch. So Elmore decided if he's going to sunbathe, he's got to change pants. So he gets up on his knees on the back of the convertible. Now remember, everything piled up in the back seat has you right up level with the tops of the seat. And he gets up on his knees, and there he is in clear sight, blazing across West Texas. Hitchhikers would hide behind litter barrels. I mean, they were just terrified. So Elmore gets up on his knees and shoves me forward. Now, convertible, just 2 doors. He shoved the seat forward, and I'm hanging on the windshield. The wind is just blowing my head off. And I'm hanging on up here. Elmore's holding the seat up with the front of his head and rooting around down here looking for a duffel bag or something where he can find some old khakis, Levi's, or something he could put on to save his good dress pants. Ed was driving the car, about 6'2", 250, healthy fella. And Ed had already taken his shirt off. Now, he had his hair done like a lot of folks did in that day with excess of Vaseline hair oil. He used the wide teeth on the left end of the comb straight back. He could actually turn loose and steer the car with the grooves in his hair. It was not blowing, but Ed also had the hairiest shoulders I have ever seen. And blazing down the highway, here he was with his shoulders blowing in the wind and his hair locked in place. He was wearing mirror sunglasses he could see out and you couldn't see in. Kind of like a fancy suburban church. You couldn't, and he's got his left arm out the window and back through that little vent, and he's steering on the inside of the wheel with this arm up on the seat. Elmore is up on the back, and he looked like a gopher hunting roots. Digging and searching and squirreling around. I'm up here hanging on the windshield. Ed's over here blowing the shoulders in the wind. While I was hanging on the windshield, I discovered in the floorboard a box at Elmore's feet, which had in it a number of trinkets from his desk. A teakwood elephant from India, which a missionary had brought his mother, and she gave it to Elmore to take to college. Little things like that. Among those things was the lampshade off of Elmore's desk lamp. The sun was killing my eyes. So I took the lampshade and forced it down on my head. And if you had been hitchhiking, you would have hid behind a litter barrel. It looked like a bunch of Shriners that lost the caravan. I mean, barreling. And I've got this thing look like my tassel blew off. I'm wearing a lampshade. Ed's driving with his hairy shoulders blowing. Elmore's up on the back hunting something to wear. Down in a duffel bag, Elmore turned up a swimsuit. Aha! Pulled it out, pulled the seat back. I caved in. There I sat in my lampshade. Ed was driving with his hairy shoulders and mirror sunglasses. And Elmore got up on his knees and started checking the horizon. And I looked around and said, Elmore, what are you doing? He said, I'm going to take these pants off and put this swimsuit on. I hit Ed on the shoulder. I said, Ed, stop. Elmore wants to change. No, go on, man. Don't stop. Get there. I said, Elmore, you're out in plain sight. He said, nobody's out there. He's right. It's West Texas. If you saw something coming, you had time to knit something before it got there. As far as you could see, there wasn't anything to look at. So, Elmore's checking, and so I started checking with him. So I said, it's time. So Ed turned the rearview mirror so he could watch. I turned it at a 45-degree angle so I could watch. I might want to share this with somebody. And when I realized there wasn't anybody behind us and he realized there wasn't anybody in front of us, I said, hit it! So Elmore unbuckled his belt and shinnied out of those good dress pants, folded them quickly, laid them in the seat, and grabbed up the swimsuit and stuck his foot in, and then discovered a serious problem. It was a jockey swimsuit, and he was wearing boxer shorts. No matter how hard he tried to tuck them in, they'd blow back out. He looked like he parachuted in on the back of this car. Flapping down the road, here we came. 6 feet and a half inch, 132 pounds with jockey shorts, boxer shorts blowing in the wind. I was just dying laughing. Well, I looked back and Elmore shinnies back out of the swimsuit and started checking the horizon. I said, now what are you doing? So I'm going to take this underwear off and then I'm going to put this swimsuit on. I said, Ed, stop. Elmore said, go on. Nobody's out there. So he got back up on his knees and Ed was just concentrating as hard as he could. I checked with him. Nobody was out there. I said, hit it. I turned at a 60-degree angle. Ed put the night dimmer on his mirror. You could hear Elmore giggling at himself. You know. And I'm watching, boy, and he gets his thumbs in the waistband, gave it one more look. And here he came out of that underwear, threw it in the floorboard. There he is. And his wrist, there he is. And his class ring and wristwatch. That's it. And Elmore grabbed up the swimsuit and stuck one foot in it. We topped a hill and went right through Henrietta, Texas. Just down through town. There is no bypass. You go right through Henrietta, Texas. And the minute I saw what was happening, I hit Ed, and he looked back and just died laughing. And slowed down to 20. And got on the horn. There's nowhere for Elmore to hide. He is up level with the seat in plain view of the whole world. I'm wearing the lampshade. I stood up behind the windshield and started greeting everybody in Henrietta. Wonderful to be in your city today. And I looked back and Elmore was up on his hands and knees with his face hidden. With his bare back end shining to the stars. Ed circled the square twice. I looked back and felt sorry for Elmore. Took the lampshade and put it on him. Stood at attention with my hand on my heart and we drove out of town. They didn't make an arrest because nobody could make a positive identification.
That there be the Reverend Grady Nutt. Love that story. Love it. Reminds me of me old college buddy. I'm not that old, but it reminds me of days long past. Not that long, but long enough. But I can't even say that I wouldn't have done something like that only but a few weeks ago. That was Reverend Grady Nutt with Sunbathing in West Texas. Now, we're going to be cutting to commercial, but when we return, we'll be going straight to the final party. Remember, 3, 2, 3, heave-ho. 3, 2, 3, heave-ho.
There is the world you live in, and there is the other world, the one you don't dare think about, the world of total unholy terror. Soon you will know that world. You are about to receive the deadly blessing. And no strength on earth will protect you. Deadly blessing. Pray you're not blessed. Rated R, under 17, not admitted without parent.
Let's be a stopping into BC's restaurant and see what Mike be a cooking up.
But I's brought us some raw squid and salami sandwiches so we could his picnic.
Oh, that's nice. But I wanted to treat you to a nice meal.
I'll save these for later.
Aye. Let's be fetching in.
Oh, this is nice.
Aye, that'd be. And it looks like an old-fashioned diner at that.
And looks at this menu. It looks so good. They got the wings, the subs and salads. I think I get a BC big plate. Let's see. It comes with the cheeseburger, the hot dog, the fries, the cheese sauce, the meat sauce, and the coleslaw. Better mix that too. What are you having, my little pumpernickel?
I think I'll be having a double dog special. Oh, goody. It'd be a coming with chips and a drink too. Ha ha ha.
BC's Restaurant, 238 Oakwood Avenue, Elmira Heights. They have indoor, outdoor, and takeout available. 607-735-2166. And they're open from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Well, here we be. What is it called? Oh, yes, the final party. Almost forgot. I was trying to relax, kick back with a coconut drink, and just enjoy myself. For ye should be running the ship at this point. I need you to be calling 323 and make all your fancy dreams be coming true by saying that you want this and ye want that, and then you be taking care of the helm and the whole thing of it all. But in the meantime, we've got from the Mayor of E a request called, what is it? Oh yes, to NU. This is Ponderous.
This is ponderous, man. Really ponderous.
I had this dream the other night. I went to work one day, and nobody remembered who I was. So I decided to take the day off. On my way out, I run into my boss, and he says, "Hey, you look familiar." I said, "Thanks. People say that a lot in these dreams." And the horns kicked in, and my shoes started to squeak. Then all of a sudden, I'm standing on a beach in some tropical part of the world, and there's a sign that says, "Aren't you supposed to be at work?" Sort of screamed out at me. I remember, I'd been here in other dreams. Usually there was a water polo game, and a girl who could talk with her eyes, and she'd say,
"Can you see what I'm saying?"
And the horns kicked in, and my shoes started to squeak. Before I knew it, I was walking near a lake when a phone rings, and the operator speaks to me in a language I don't understand.
Boom, Papa Choco Macanado single. Double Ching Pow. Eddie Kapalua Kama Tennessee Tea. Boom Mama Chakapana 1 is now 3.
Then the horns kicked in. My shears started to squeak. Before long, I was coming up on this really weird part of my dream. You know, part where I know how to tap dance, but I can only do it while wearing golf shoes. Now I'm back on the beach, walking with this girl who talks with her eyes. This time she says,
I think you see what I'm saying.
Then, just before I woke up, it started to rain in Southern California.
Boom Papa Chakamakanato Sing Cow. Sing Kapalana 1 Double Ching Pow. Eddie Kapalua Kama Tennessee Tea. Boom Mama Chakapana 1 is now 3.
A girl talked with her eyes.
Can you see what I'm saying?
Aren't you supposed to be at work? This is ponderous, man. Really ponderous.
Hot, you're kidding me? It's humid as hell. Where were you yesterday?
Kicking in the mall just the other day. I was checking out the girlies and the schmucks and the toupees. It was time to get busy. It started getting dark. So we busted out the door onto the sidewalk. Walking back to the hotel from the bagel shop. It was so damn humid. Hair was on us like a mop. I was shredding like a mule. I was frying like a blintz. I was swimming in my shorts, if you get the hint.
Oi, it's so humid. Oi, it's so humid. Oi, it's so humid. Like a sauna in here. Oi, it's so humid. Oi, it's so humid. Oi, it's so humid. Like a sauna in here.
3:15, we were chilling out front. Working up an appetite, thinking about lunch. Motivating on the beach, hanging out by Wolfies. Thinking about pumpernicks or maybe even Schultzes. I'll have a corned beef or a quarter pound of brisket. The salmon didn't look so hot, I didn't wanna risk it. Belching by the window, I was getting kinda hot. I felt just like a brisket that was boiling in a pot.
Oi, it's so humid. Oi, it's so humid. Oi, it's so humid. Like a sauna in here. Oi, it's so humid. Oi, it's so humid. Oi, it's so humid. Like a sauna in here.
Irving! It's hot as hell. Don't we have any friends with air conditioning?
Doesn't Myrtle have air conditioning?
Myrtle? You mean octogenarian mutant ninja Myrtle?
That's the girl. Myrtle.
Let's go with Myrtle.
Let's say we walk over there.
What? Are you crazy? Look at this. Hot.
Let's say we take a bus.
Let me take a bus. It'd be better.
Okay, let's get it.
Let's go somewhere I'm frying like a blintz.
Aye, had there be a nice little requested ditty. That was why. Oh yes. Oh, I'm losing me marbles. Well, I guess I didn't have to worry about it too badly. That was two live Jews with "Oi, it's so humid." I truly believe, though, they should have been saying "Oi, it be so humid." They need to learn how to speak it correctly legally. Yeah, you be understanding what I be saying. Now, let's go straight to the phone lines. Let's see what great wit and repertoire one person might be handing to us. See what great insights and philosophical conversations they'll be having when they request. See what greatness they put onto us. And wow, they cut us right to the quick, right to the jib, and tell us how they want it done. It ought to be quite insightful. I truly believe this one will be amazing.
I Don't Like Spiders and Snakes by Jim Stafford.
Lou said, you wanna walk me home from school? Well, I said, yes, I do. She said, I don't have to go right home, and I would kinda like to be alone, son, if you would. I said, me too. And so we took a stroll, wound up down by the swimming hole, and she said, do what you wanna do. I got silly and found a frog in the water by a hollow log, and I shook it at her, and I said, this frog's for you. She said, I don't like spiders and snakes, and that ain't what it takes to love me. You fool. I don't like spiders and snakes, and that ain't what it takes to love me. Like I wanna be loved by you. From time to time I call her up when I got a dime. I say, hello baby. She said, ain't you cool? Said, do you remember when, and would you like to get together again? She said, I'll see you after school. I was shy so for a while, most of my love was touching a smile, but she said, come on over here. I was nervous as you might guess, still looking for something to slip down her dress, and she said, let's make it perfectly clear. She said, I don't like spiders and snakes, and that ain't what it takes to love me. You fool, you fool. I don't like spiders and snakes, and that ain't what it takes to love me. Like I wanna be loved by you.
They showed up on my doorstep just a couple weeks ago. They look so sweet and harmless. Tell me, how was I to know? They got a little too close to the microwave, and then much to my surprise, they grew to 40,000 times their original size. They started mutating right before my eyes. Oh my, attack of the radioactive hamsters from a planet near Mars. From a distant place, they came in UFOs shaped just like human cigars. Man, oh man, you ought to hear them squeal. Now the whole wide world is the exercise wheel. Attack of the radioactive hamsters from a planet near Mars. The president, he's in a panic. The Pentagon, they're in shock. There's a team of research scientists. They got them working around the clock. Now the National Guard is out in my backyard.
Aye, that's what you be wanting, Mr. Weird Al Yankovic. Aye, radioactive hamsters from a planet near Mars. Actually, Attack of the Radioactive Hamsters from a planet near Mars. That was the name of that ditty right there. Now, let's jump right back to the phone lines and hope this one is a little more, shall we say, insightful than the last one. Although the last one was pretty decent.
Oh wow, man! It's like really him. It's like the captain, man. Oh wow! You sound just like you do on the radio, man. It's like, wow. It's like, oh yeah. I wanted to hear a song. Julie Brown. Oh yeah. I like 'em big and stupid. Yeah, that was like I love your show, man. It's like wow. Okay, bye.
Give me
Well, we got to take a break for a commercial. But don't be hurrying. We've got plenty more still coming right at you. And we've got the witching hour. It'd be coming straight at us like a typhoon, like you cannot imagine. Bigger and lovelier than life. But don't worry, the darkness only means it's gonna be a walloper.
A world-famous scientist, greatest living master of the occult, has mysteriously vanished. In his place, a huge and fearsome prehistoric monster suddenly appears. What happened to Dr. Waterman? Only one man, last to see him alive, knows. And now he finds himself in deadly peril. The weird, the unbelievable, the supernatural come alive before your very eyes in Equinox. The invisible barrier between good and evil, between light and the forces of darkness. What is the secret of the 1,000-year-old book? See 4 teenage boys and girls fight a devil cult for their lives, their sanity, their eternal souls in Equinox. In supernatural color.
Hi, my name is Alfred Sneasley, and when I go to Heroes Comic Shop on 14th Street in Elmira Heights, New York, I'm always greeted with a big smile from Jared.
Hey, Alfred. Hey, how are you today?
And his selection of comics and graphic novels, it's just amazing. I mean, it's what I always dreamed I could be. And he always treats me like the hero I am inside.
I don't just read about the heroes, I become the hero! At Heroes Comic Shop, I become the hero Mom always wanted me to be!
So Heroes Comic Shop is located at 130 West 14th Street in Elmira Heights, New York. We're open Wednesday through Saturday. You can check us out at momthroughtout.com.
Now up and away!
Well, obviously we be back. And for that very reason, we be going straight to the phone lines. What shall it be? Remember, it could be ye, it could be someone else. But if you're called 323-HEVO, it definitely could be ye. But if you didn't, it shall not be ye.
All right, Captain. You seem to be bringing back the dead. And in the spirit of Halloween, that truly is amazing. And what I mean by that is you're bringing back comedians we haven't heard in a long time. Like Red Fox. Oh, that was beautiful to hear that. But I need to hear me another dead comedian. Mr. Sam Kinison. I need to hear something from his primordial scream. I don't matter which one you play. I just need to hear something from the man himself. I need to hear that primordial scream. Bring him back from the dead, Captain. Make the zombies laugh and dance like only you can do. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Hello, London. How are you? Good. Maybe you feel welcome. Thank you. My name is Sam Kinison, and I like to do this to mic stands. Just to see if it is live. I'm a little different than the other comics you're going to see and the other comedy. Difference between me and them is that you might want to see them again sometime. Because I don't have an act. I don't have a home. I don't have a car. I didn't eat yesterday. I had to borrow these clothes. She took it all! I was married for 2 years, and I think someone put a primal scream! But I try not to have an attitude about it. I want to get along with women, you know. But I'm going around, I'm trying to talk people out of getting married if I can. I did it. It doesn't work. Didn't work for me. You ever been married? What's your name? Gary. Well, Gary, if you ever think about getting married, if you ever think you've met the right girl, you want to settle down, get a house, get a car, will you do me a favor, Gary? Remember this face. Because if you get married, Gary, that'll be your face every day. It's the face of every married man when he wakes up in the morning, he gets out of bed, he looks in the mirror, he realizes what he's done, he goes, What did I do to my life? I used to make my own decisions, I remember. It's true. It's true. I was married for 2 years. My life was so boring, I actually worried about my yard. Rest of my friends had goals, careers, adventures. They're out doing things with their lives. I was out there looking for crabgrass, weeds and stuff, going, I've got a responsibility to the neighborhood here to keep a good yard. Yeah, this was my life. I didn't have any kids, though. That's good. That's real hell. You seen those guys with the strollers? The little babies? Have you seen those guys walking the streets with that look on their face like they envy the dead? It's like... Gary. There's only one good thing about marriage. The best thing about marriage is that these are connected. You know what I mean? Men can keep their Johnsons. That's about it. Oh, you don't know that word Johnsons here, huh? You know what I'm talking about? Winky, as it were. You know what I'm saying, guys? They're connected. They don't come off. Because if they did, the women would take them. They would. They go, well, you're married now. You won't be needing that. I'll just take care of that for you, okay? Now, if you need it, it'll be my purse or in the refrigerator. They would. They go, what? You're going out of town with your friends? Well, you can just leave that here. They'll be waiting for you when you get back. It's true. You'd see all these guys on the phone. They'd be going, yeah, hello, guys. Yeah, listen, I'm not going to be able to go. No, I'm going to have to stay here. She's got my Johnson! No, she won't give it to me. I asked for it all day. Yeah, she's upset. I tried to sneak out of the house with it this morning, and, yeah, I was halfway out the driveway. She came around to the house, and I had to give it to her right there in the street. Okay, I'll ask her. Hold on. Honey, it's the guys. Well, no, they just called to say that they're all taking theirs. I'm just going to take mine because I didn't want to stand out or anything. Okay. Yeah, she said no way. No, she said the Winky stays here, yeah. You guys do me a favor if you see me working on the yard next week and around the house, and will you do me a favor? Kill me. Kill me, I'm in hell. Will you shoot me, poison my food, run me over with the car, whatever it takes? I'm in hell! But I love women. What are you going to do? I love women. I've been in love about 8 times now. And I buy it every time. Every single time I buy it. Love comes into my life and goes, come on! Come on! Yes, no, this is love. Not like the others. This is real love. I wouldn't lie to you 9 times in a row. You open the door! Believe it again! So, oh, great. It lied to me again! But you gotta keep trying to make it work, you know? Because I love women. I love women. Now there's this big rage. I don't know if it's here in England. It is in the States. This sexual counseling thing. Have you heard about this? People are going to psychologists for sexual counseling. You don't need sexual counseling. You just need to talk. Communicate. Talk to each other. Open up. Women, if you like something a certain way, tell us about it. Fill us in. Give us a clue! What are we, mind readers? We on an Easter egg hunt? Let us know what it is! We will do it! Don't tell your mom, don't tell your girlfriends, your hairdresser, your little buddies. He doesn't kiss me right. He doesn't hold me long enough. Tell us! We will do it! Will we do it, guys? Will we do it? Yeah! Oh, it sounds like some strong lovers in this group. Okay. Yeah, we'll do it. Yeah. Will we do it? But I want to leave you with one thought, because I used to think honesty, I really did. I used to think honesty was the thing that made a relationship work, that made it like come together, made it stronger. I like to publicly laugh at that theory now. Lie! Lie right to their face. Forever, honey. Forever. Thank you very much. Good night.
one day, being very bored, he thought it would be a good idea to tidy up all his old programs in his dusty old data bank. There were tapes in there he hadn't played for years. Checking them through, he accidentally pushed a wrong button and suddenly he heard...
Marvin, I love you. Marvin, I love you.
Well, he was sure he hadn't heard that ever before. He wasn't even sure he'd heard it that time, because being a bored and gloomy robot, he hadn't really been listening. What was worse, he couldn't remember what button he'd accidentally pressed. Anyway, he tried a few switches at random and suddenly...
Marvin, I love you. Marvin, I love you. Remember, I'm programmed for you. I know we're worlds apart. Still you could break my heart. Loving you is all I can do.
Well, he heard it that time, all right, no doubt about it. Who was singing these strange words? Was it another robot or some strange life form from the distant past when he was a young robot and people still made the occasional attempt to like him? He couldn't make it out at all, so he pushed a few buttons again.
Marvin, I love you. Marvin, I love you.
That was it.
I tried to contact Marvin. I don't know why, but he never replied. Perhaps one day he'll answer. Till then, I guess I'll keep on trying. Marvin, I love you. Marvin, I love you. Remember, I'm programmed for you.
Does not compute, he thought miserably, but at least he knew where to find it in his data bank. From then on, he could play it whenever he wanted, think about what he'd missed, and live miserably ever after.
That there be Stephen Moore's Marvin, I Love You. A little thing from the old Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Let's go for one more song before the witching hour. Let's stick with the Halloweeny feel with Fred Schneider's I'm Gonna Haunt You, right here on the Captain's Quarters.
One more fright, you'll be seeing the same.
saints, I'm gonna haunt you. I'm gonna haunt you. Watch you day and night. Follow in your tracks. Give you a little fright. 'Cause I'm like a shadow and need I remind you that wherever you go, I'm right there behind you. Spooks and ghouls and horrors and hates. One more fright, you'll see the saints. I just wanna haunt you. I just wanna haunt you. Spooks, ghouls, horrors, hates. One more shock, you'll see the saints of the voodoo on you. Voodoo on you. Please don't misunderstand me, 'cause I'd never try to hurt you. No! I just wanna haunt you. Drink that milk of amnesia. Forget everything you know. Hey! The big fright is back in town. You're laughing now, but you'll see. The big fright is back again. You'll see I don't fool around. I'd never try to hurt you. I'd never try to harm you. I just wanna haunt you. I'd never try to hurt you. Never try to harm you. I just wanna haunt you. I just wanna haunt you.
Babushka, where you been? Me no been a-hearing a peep from you all night.
I've been building something special for Halloween.
Well, what it be?
I sings now.
Well, that's still not be answering me question.
I was working in the lab late one night when mine eyes beheld an eerie sight. For my monster from his slab began to rise, and suddenly, to my surprise...
Have you even built the monsters again?
He did the monster mash.
The what?
It was a graveyard smash.
The monster mash?
It caught on in a flash.
Are you completely daft?
He did the monster mash.
Oh.
From my laboratory in the castle east to the master bedroom where the vampires feast. The ghouls all came from their humble abodes to get a jolt from mine electrodes.
What be you talking about?
They did the monster mash.
What monster mash?
It was a graveyard smash.
Have you been smashing graveyards again?
It caught on in a flash.
I won't even be asking what you be flashing.
They did the monster mash.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think we've been tortured well enough. Good night.
So just chill till the next episode.